Speaking of intervention, and let's talk a little bit about the markets. I'll talk to you about what's happening in the US market before I talk to you about what's happening in India and the clamor for the Fed to cut and whether the Fed is going to cut once or twice this year. And are we in an era of, higher for longer? What's your take? I mean, do you believe that the Fed should intervene now and how much?
Yeah, but why? In terms of what's the, but again, this is the problem with capitalism again, which is that last Monday, like the stock markets around the world fell by 3 or 4%.
Yes, and it was like, okay, you should act now.
Everybody, like in terms of in the financial world was like the Fed should cut by, intermeeting cut, 50 basis points, 70 basis points. That's the mindset. And, this is, I think that this again mindset, it's so interesting. I pointed out to you about 1984, the bailout. Yeah. The other very significant event in financial history, which I think is Alan Greenspan's intervention in 1987, which is that the stock market falls 20%. Immediately the fear is, my God, this is going to have a very negative economic consequence. That's how the Great Depression started in 1929. So the first time in history, a Fed chairman explicitly intervenes in the market to prop the stock market up. It came to be known as the Greenspan put in terms of that. And that's the mindset we've come to, that on the upside, like in terms of there's no one there to check markets. Yeah. On the downside, you need
a safety net.
I mean, you need a safety net after the market's down 3 or 4%. Yeah. Like in terms of the clamor is on in terms of this. But we haven't sort of think that the amount of money the Fed and the other central banks had pumped in the economy in 2020, 21, by some measures that still hasn't all been absorbed. It's still floating around because, this has pumped so much money out there that I think that's partly the reason why the Fed's interest rate increases haven't had the usual bite that they would have. A lot of that has been offset by the fact that you had such a liquidity hangover from the past that in terms of, in America, people want money. If you're rich and if you have, like a big financial institution, you can get access to capital if you still want. It's the small and medium-sized businesses which have again been hurt by the fact that the Fed's raised interest rates.
Make informed decisions with comprehensive analysis on the go.
Strengthen your portfolio with real-time market updates on the go. Create effective strategies with insightful expert opinions on the go.
Grow on the go with CNBC-TV18, now streaming live 24/7 on YouTube.
Thank you for watching us on CNBC-TV18. For all news and updates, subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch us on all social media platforms.